Yo, can you guys hear me? I'm trying a new microphone. This light is really harsh. If anybody's there, let me know if you can hear me or not. The microphone is wireless, so let's see if it works. Can you hear me? This is crazy. Not a fan of this. I am going to. What's up, Joe? Okay, you can hear. Thank you. Clutch. What's going on, reviews? All right, I'm inside, out of the element. This is what's up. I'm also testing something where I set the setting on the live to subscribers only. So I don't know what that means. It kind of hinted at the fact that maybe only subscribers can comment, but people who aren't subscribers can watch, which is intriguing. I guess I could test that in a second. Sweet. Now, is the sound low? Is it good comparatively? Hey, Siobhan. All right. I was taking notes. So what I'm trying to do, just for you guys who are here, thank you, super. I appreciate that. I'm trying to see what happens when I go live to my subs only. Like, what are the implications of that? So I need to grab a phone here. What's up, Josh? What's happening? Sound is even. Appreciate that, Ruben. What's happening? Joe Tyson, you put 5x5. What does that mean? All right. Hey, Janice. So if I go over to this application, thank you, man. This microphone was actually somebody reached out to me reviews. You may want to we could figure it out. They reached out to me and they were like, "Oh, it says only we can comment." Thanks, Audrey. They were like, "Do you want to try out this wireless microphone?" I've been trying to upgrade my audio a little bit. When I changed laptops, it was a whole thing. My old laptop used to just work with the microphone on pass-through power. My new laptop needs the power of the battery. I don't like that. Um, but yeah. Oh, okay, radio lingo. Your signal is loud and clear. All right, cool. It's wireless, but the receiver and the transmitter are like literally sitting right next to each other. So I'm not complaining. I'm gonna search for me on this app called New Pipe. It's like okay, nice that you got the notification. Some people say they don't get the notifications or they get them like after. Hey, MJ, what's happening? It's always good to see you. Um, so yeah, New Pipe shows me that I'm live. Can y'all see that? Not that y'all care. This is for me. Y'all don't care about that, right? I want to see what happens. I need to turn the volume all the way down. Oh yeah, it works. It's fine. It comes up. So it doesn't stop people from watching. It looks like it says only subscribers can comment, which may be a good way going forward. It's like I kind of can appreciate that people can watch it, um, but they can't comment because these dudes be off the chain. And as the channel grows, I may have to do this more often instead of just allowing anybody to come in and to comment. I don't know. I don't know. All right. On the replay, I'm probably going to cut all of this out and then start it from a more pertinent point because you have the ability to edit the videos. All right. Appreciate that, Joe. What's happening, man? I made that video. I put the video out yesterday on the bull bat. That video was recorded on the 19th, I believe, of this month. The dip died on me like on the 20th or something like that. But I decided to put the video out because I already recorded it. And then I just had to put those little editing notes in. The new bull bat is coming back. It's coming to here. It's scheduled to be here on Tuesday. Um, what's up, Jen? Show you under your normal name. How's it? I haven't checked on your channel yet. How's your channel going? I'm not going to relate it because I don't know if you want people to connect you all like that. But are you making content for the channel? I guess companies are running out of names. um, I know, right? Bullbat. That's pretty off the chain. Bullbat, Smartless. Uh, I have one over here that's called Tech Oz. That's not bad. They actually just sent me this one. They asked me when I'm going to do the video. It is the strangest power station I've ever seen. I'm going to just show y'all. Let's zoom out so I can see what y'all see. Isn't this interesting? The quality is a little, that's a little sketchy. But it's weird. It has like straps on it, so you can strap it like this. It's an odd device, but it's 300 watt hours, and it appears that it will charge off of 8 millimeter. I haven't done anything with this yet. I need to kind of get to it this week. So let me talk about that. There is one device that I did not accept because I couldn't promise them that I would make a video, and they didn't respond to me because I didn't know how good of a fit it would be for my audience. But it was basically, what's the joint? It was like a Nextpal, which is the rectangular dip. It kind of looks like a. It's weird. It's not weird, but it's not normal looking, and it only charged via USB-C, so it wasn't even solar. So I was like, I'll test it out. Maybe there's a somebody who may be interested in this particular device or a perspective on this device. But I can't promise I'll make a video. And I was kind of trying to preserve them because I didn't want to necessarily make a video where it was like, I don't know who, like, you know, and then you just end up having a power station. At some point, I'm going to have too many power stations, which is why I'm planning to give some away, which is why I tried this subscribers only kind of format. Because if it went out only to my subscribers and not the internet at large, then that would be ideal. But I have to figure out another way to be able to accomplish this so that my subscribers are the people who benefit from me being able to give away these power stations. Now, since y'all are here, let's just go ahead and talk about it. I don't have coin all like that to be paying for shipping. So if you, in the subsequent way I figure out how to give them out, you may have to contribute to shipping. I don't know how that stuff is going to work. You know, it just is what it is. It always feels cheesy when there's a free product on TV, but they're like, yeah, you can have it, but you got to pay shipping and handling. I always thought that was kind of weird. But in this situation, it's probably something you actually want and not something that, oh, it's free, I'll take it. But if I got to pay $10 for shipping and handling and it looks like it's only worth $7, then what's the point? Anyway, so the Bowdens and the Rock Pals are the two ones that I'll probably get rid of first, because if I don't get rid of them, I'm going to try and use them. And they don't necessarily have a place in my system. I'm hoping the Bullbat, to swing back to that one, I'm hoping the Bullbat actually works out, because as interesting as that device looks, it can charge from solar at 160 watts. I'm very utilitarian, so my Rock Palace charges at 80, which is why it's in use. I've said this many times, because I don't want to put any of my smaller power stations down there that only take 60, because I hate wasting power. Let me see what y'all snapping and trapping about. I could have used that back in the day with my boombox. Ban, what's going on, brother? I bought two something Zeus 250 watt hour power stations as gifts. 119. I decided to keep one for long range testing. When I use a fan drawing 60 watts, only got about 100. I'm not gonna math right now. It sounds like a plan. Thank you. What's up, Tony? What do you think about the GoLabs R500? I'll get to that in a second. Ban Everything says I haven't done exact test though. That's a guess. What are you saying? That's what's up to MJ. Do me a favor for y'all that are here. If you're responding to something, like, for example, MJ saying that's what's up, just say that's what's up at whatever you're talking about, just so I kind of understand what you're talking about. And you don't have to, but it helps me out. Reviews on this and that, I'm still stuck. I'm stuck to LiPo, even lithium. I guess you mean even though lithium is a bit less weight. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Which, okay, in this instance, talk to y'all about this. So Alcatel Lead Farmer 73 received an Alcatel portable power station. Alcatel reached out to me like yesterday or the day before yesterday. They emailed a bunch of people. They CC'd all of us on the CC line, which, why would you do that? Should be CC'd. I told them that. But they gave me a choice between the Alcatel, I think it's the CN505, which is the Babine looking one, and the one that LED has. Now, here's where the plot thickens. This channel called Iridium, he reviewed that Alcatel, the one that LED Farmer has, which is the square AC30, AC50 looking one, just for people who don't follow LED Farmer, and don't know what it is. But he reviewed it, and he said it was lithium iron phosphate. But I can't find anything related to what they sent me or what's listed on the website, the Amazon listing, that says that this thing is LiFePO. I don't see it. So I don't know. I have quite a dilemma. Which two reviews on this and that, which is a channel that I do check out from time to time. You guys should check it out too. I don't know if you have a focus yet, bro. I mean, your name is reviews on this and that, so I imagine you kind of want to be broad. But, feel free to check him out if you guys are interested. He has talked about solar and power stations and so on and so forth before. I'm going to swing back to the GoLabs 500, but let me finish this idea of the Alcatel. So I've been struggling with that one, not struggling, but just trying to choose well. My understanding is that the Babine looking one, it charges at about 100 watts. The newer one charges at like 150, but it's not LiFePO, according to their documentation. So I emailed them back and asked them, like, hey, what barrel plug does the newer one take? Because it doesn't look like 5521 or 5525. So it may be some odd one. I don't want an odd barrel connector. That doesn't necessarily apply to you guys. It applies to me because I have multiple power stations. So I like flexibility. I like options. I like to be able to plug something up, and when that's full, pull it off. Even though I've kind of hit a bit of a synergy with my power stations and the capacity and the power that the panels output, to the point where I don't really get full power stations that often, unless I'm just not at home or something like that. Okay, hey Dominique, what's up, Flash Zone Photo? Jason, any suggestions for USB-C extension cable? Yeah, I don't know if you want to extend USB-C. Just get a longer USB-C. All right, so the Alcatel, I don't know which way I'm going to go. I'm waiting for them to get back to me. I'm leaning towards the LiFePO one. That's a whole nother conversation. So Tony asked, what do I think about the GoLabs 500? Very simply stated, I don't know how fast it charges from solar. That's still an unknown for me. I love that it has the 100-watt power delivery port in and out. I'm really a big fan of that. That's like a feature that I really love these days. And I'm not a fan of the price. It's $400 when you could get their GoLabs R300. You could get two of those for $400 with a little bit more capacity. And I'm a fan of two power stations instead of one in most of my situations. So if that thing was about $350, $329, it would be extremely appealing. Extremely appealing. But at $399, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Ben, everything says I have a ton of barrel plug adapters that came with solar panels. Plus, I bought some weird packs of them too. Pretty much the same situation. I only have one pack of connectors. I bought some on my own, and then Agways have been holding me down. My wife is here. Hey, babe. Don't come in here causing trouble. Don't do it. Or do, you know what I mean? So reviews on this and that says, thanks for the shout out, man. I do many reviews on many technology related items and also the Amazon Fire Stick devices too. So there you go. He does all of that. If you're into all of that or a slice of that, check out reviews on this and that. Boom. So yeah. Where are my notes? Oh, so I want to talk to you guys about some cool things that I purchased recently. The first thing that I grabbed recently, the most important thing, I guess, I bought a 500-watt heater. I have a Lasco heater. It's a super popular one on Amazon. I think it goes for about $20 or so. I've got it off of the marketplace new for $10. I'm all about that marketplace action, actually. We have a couple of Varnados that I got off the marketplace that were pretty new or unused or something like that. But this heater, I'm pulling it up now. It is coming today. It's the Andely 500-watt space heater. I'll put a link in the description after the live is done. I may do it now. It's not going to show up unless you refresh. But I've been wanting a small heater, mainly for the bathroom when I do bath time with the kiddos. Smaller heaters are better. The Vornado was really big. The Lasco is really small. I like that. But if I could get one that uses less power and gets the job done in the bathroom, then that's great. If push comes to shove, I'd like to have some type of heat, so we could probably throw it in one of our tents, which reminds me, I need to pull those tents out to make sure that they have all the pieces, to make sure that there's no mold on them, and stuff like that. So if you know, it's a real wild winter like some people think it may be, and we lose power. I was just talking to my wife about it, and it was like, man, what would we do outside of like the the current vibe of everything? If we ever lost power during the winter, like it'd be interesting to say the least. So I wanted to get something. I've been kind of going back and forth. Amazon had a basic 500-watt heater too. I was tempted to buy that, but I kind of was stalling. So I just kind of said, man, let me get one of these heaters and have one on deck. It's only like $20, $25. So just go ahead and spend the coin. And that's what I did. It's coming today. I'm looking forward to testing it. Thank you, God's leading lady, for the super chat. I appreciate that. You are so very kind and thoughtful and wonderful and beautiful. Thank you for giving me $25. Thank you. You're setting the trend here. um, hey, Kat, what's happening? All right, so I got that heater. Another thing that I got, it's a cool little like way to spend $8. Oh, not this. This is one of my little battery banks. Um, this is a USB light. It came four in a pack. They have other colors, but I want it white. The reason why is because I have some of these little power banks that I don't use as much. I don't have a whole lot. I have, you know, maybe a few. I have three newer ones that all take USB-C that I use all the time. And then I have this one, which is an Anchor lipstick model. And I also have an Anchor smaller one. Um, Actually, my wife has one upstairs that I've kind of given to her that she never uses. But this little light plugs in, and I wanted a way to be able to use these power banks to just give off a little bit of light. I wish it was a little bit brighter, but I kind of look at it like it could serve as like a candle or something, like a digital candle for you. I think this is cool. I also intend to use it, and I have used it like when I come into the bedroom and it's dark and I don't want to use like my cell phone light or a flashlight or something like that to be able to see around. I don't necessarily need to see around, but this is cool. If ever the lights went out, this will get you through the dark. You know what I mean? Like you can see. You don't need to have super bright light and all that jazz. But I like these. I wish they were a little brighter. I wish I could find some that were a little brighter, but they all seem to be the same little thing. This one happens to have the two light bulbs in it. You can't really see that very well. Some of them have one, but these newer ones are like, yeah, we have two light bulbs. I think it uses about 5 watts. So if I had a Anchor typical 20 milliamp hour battery bank, I think they rate those at 72 watt hours. 5 into 72, that's how many hours you get, which is interesting to say the least. Uh, uh, uh. I use it. Wait, use what? You don't even know what we're talking about, and get there. Just stop it. What's up, Gary? I try to give people some lead time on this live, but I don't do a good job of it. So sue me. What can I say? Another thing I grabbed. Uh, 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 oh, where is it? I got this iPhone USB-C to lightning adapter. The reason why this is important to me is I got tired of it comes with this little plastic thing as a wrapper on it. Underneath it is the actual little device, but you can attach this to a cable or something like that. I get tired of having to grab iPhone specific cables. Um, that annoys me. It gets on my nerves. So I bought a couple of these. It was like $12 or something like that. So I love USB-C. I can use USB-C and just grab this, and then I can charge my normal phones. That I'm an Android guy for the most part. No, not for the all part. An Android guy, but I keep a couple iPhones around. So I only need one cable, and I can charge both of the devices. I'll put a link to this too. This is cool. I love little stuff like this. Reviews on this and that says, I haven't been on live in a while. I remember that I used to be able to view the person's channel in the live. So how does that work? It doesn't. They don't allow you to do it anymore. I used to love that feature too. If you click the name, you could view their channel. It was linkable, but it's not anymore. It's kind of silly. Um, Make sure reviews on this and that after the video. You comment on this live after the live is done. So if anybody wants to be able to easily check out his channel, then you could just go into the comments of this after the fact and click on it, and it'll take you there. Nice. Big up at Android, right? Android is where it's at. Let's see. I got the heater, USB lights, the iPhone, and I got this 12 volt. It's a 12-volt USB-C and A adapter. It charges at about 35 watts. The cool thing about it is it has a volt meter on it. I actually have the rock belts here. So it displays the volts. And why this is useful to me is because I can use it to tell if a portable power station's cigarette lighter is regulated. You can see this one says 12.6, and the rock belt says 12.5. This device is not regulated. So I expect as the voltage goes down, it actually shows you the voltage, which is cool. As the voltage goes down on this, it should go down on here because this it pulls power directly off the battery. And devices that are regulated, they have some type of booster in there that takes the voltage and then does whatever boosters do and keeps it at 13.6 or 13, whatever they deem appropriate. Cool. 65 watts. You can take a kind of older power station like this one, and if it doesn't have USB-C, which this one does not, you can add something like this to it and give it USB-C. 65 watts is about the highest I've gone because of price, and I'm not impressed with the 100 watt ones. Give me 1 second. It's 450. I need to talk to my kiddos. Hey guys, it is not time to come downstairs yet. You need to get back into bed. Sunday Backyard Farmer, what's happening? Denise Universe, I have the Lihan version of that. Also good to keep in the car. Yeah, I do plan on buying some for the car, but we don't really need them. I have another one that's 45 watts, I believe. Joe Tyson says, I did that with my Jackery 240 to add USB-C charging. Yeah, in my AC30 video where I was reconsidering it, I talked about that and spending money to add USB-C to that. And I was just like, at that point, you could get an EcoFlow. So I wasn't really a fan of that. All right. I didn't pull this over here, but my mouse is wireless. My microphone is wireless, so I could grab it. Let's see if I can reach back here. Give me 1 second. So I got a new panel. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you already saw it. Follow me on Instagram, or just check in on Instagram from time to time. You don't have to follow me if you don't want to, but that's where I'm going to put some of my more casual videos. I may end up doing that on Facebook because Instagram has a 60-second limit, just like YouTube. I'm trying to be really intentional with YouTube. I put the shorts out there for solar related content. But if I had something casual around the house that's not necessarily solar related, but is kind of power related or solar related and not something that would be good for the masses, then I'll throw it on Instagram. But this came, I have a bifold panel. This is the XTar, kind of like the Jackery Solar Saga. It's a 100-watt panel, and I'm looking forward to doing a video on that. It's pretty cool. Bifold is the way to go. So I have a bifold panel now. Quadfold, I'm gonna be honest. If somebody wanted to send me a quadfold panel, I would still take it and take a look at it. But I'd probably, when I got to a point where I felt like I had enough of my own folding panels, I would give it away because I don't like quadfold panels unless I just needed it for some reason. But even pulling out that trifold is interesting. I want to get up and turn that light off, but I'm not. But I'm not. Wobbles, what's happening? Hey, Darlene. I would, but Instagram wants a cell phone number. Cell phones don't work in my area. You got to get Google Voice and ban everything. You should get Google Voice anyway. That's a great alternative for if you have limited. You can always have access to Google Voice. Google's reading all your messages, but your cell phone carrier can read them anyway. I'm running out of space here, man, with power banks. EcoFlow River Pro, Go Labs R300, multiple Go Power Plus units. It's a lot. I dig that. Yeah, it's the boxes for me. I don't necessarily have an issue with having all the power station. It's the boxes. And then I have to keep the boxes in some sense if I have to return them back to the vendor. I'm thinking about trying to get rid of some boxes for certain things that I know I'm going to keep. Babe, are you still on the live? If you are, can you please tell these boys to get back into bed? I guess I could have just did it if I was going to say that over the live, right? So, also, another new item that came in. Oops reached out to me, and I have an Oops now. I do have to keep those boxes. You're right, I don't. But I like to keep my boxes because if something happens, I need to send it back, then I have the box. I know it'll fit. Won't have no problems with it getting banged up. Never mind the Renogy power banks I got recently. I didn't find those power banks interesting reviews. So South Fabio says, my husband is on me now to throw away some of my Sogen boxes and solar panel boxes. Well, I did already. I told them they can play in their room. Oh, okay, cool. Well, there you go. Stick them in the attic. You're just gonna say everybody got an attic wobble? That's how you feel about life? Thinking about the Bluetti EB55 currently at $459 on Amazon. Right, keep them for warranty purposes. Exactly. Wobble said, "Yep." Hey, reminds me of Pam from the office being like, "Yep." Jason Noy did a nice review on the XTar, pulled over 100 watts. Yeah, it did. That's part of the reason why I haven't talked about it yet, because I want to, like, oops. I wanted to be able to get solar test as well, but I haven't had good sun lately. How to dispose of the dud Go Labs. Can't send it back. You have a dud Go Labs, darling? Yeah, reviews, you're right on the Renogy having a dip. They even have the panels in them too. I wouldn't use that. No warranty is valid without the boxes, or better be. Yeah, that's true. But, anyway, um, that's a good point. It's dead, like it doesn't work at all. You probably gonna have to look into a way to get rid of batteries and then have to go that route. Or if you're comfortable sharing your city, you could see somebody in your city wants it. You could even post it in your forums on like Facebook or Craigslist, because the batteries in there are likely good. It's the stuff around the batteries that's probably no longer working. Somebody asked me about the wackery. If I ever wanted to get rid of the wackery, they would grab it and take it apart and grab the cells out of it, and I was cool with that. I responded to their message. I don't know if they responded to me yet. I have to search for it. But yeah, I'm as I get more power stations, I'm gonna have to start getting rid of these. What's up, Byron? Gagamel the third. Hi, Scott. I really enjoy your videos. The content has helped me make more informed decisions about my family's solar needs. That's why I started the channel right there. More informed decisions. I don't make videos to tell you guys what to buy. I don't make videos to tell you what not to buy unless it's something like just incredibly egregious and it's just like it's a piece of junk. But it's like I just want to talk about the product. I'll tell you about the product. Hopefully, you learned enough from watching me and other people that the stuff that I share and other people share can lead you to a solid decision. That's all I want to do. Okay, Gary says as it relates to sales, contact your city hall for the city electronics recycling center. Yes, that's a good idea. But why give it away to them when you could give it to somebody who probably knows what they're doing with it? But it's up to you. Thanks, Heather. Most of the time with these, the first component to fail is the internal BMS or battery management system. Facts. I can agree with that. So I haven't. Oops. I need to do a video on that. Uh, Alcatel reached out to me. I'm trying to see how long it's going to take for Babine to reach out to me, which makes a good point. If Babine at some point will reach out to me, which I assume they will, like why wouldn't they, right? Um, then do I want the Babine and the old school Alcatel? Decisions. Can replace with a Dali BMS for $20. Yeah, but you got to take it apart. We can't make all these assumptions, man. Especially for most people, they're not tech savvy. They're not tech savvy wobbles, and everybody don't have an attic, fam. I wonder how much. I have to start looking into how much it'll cost to ship. I shipped a power station, a power bank to a friend of mine, and the post office was like, "Yeah," because it wasn't sealed. I never have tape, and I hate taping stuff up. So he had to tape it up, and he was looking at it, and he was like, "What's the model number on it? Because we can send certain things, and some things we can't." And I was like, "Well, what would you have done if the box was taped up?" He was like, "I just would have had to taken your word on it." And I'm just like, "Okay, United States Post Office." Hold on, I got some kiddos on the joint. Saya, I need you to go back upstairs to your room, man. Mommy's not here. Go back upstairs, Saya. He's gonna be unhappy about that. Thug life. All right, what else we got here? We talked about that Alcatel. Um, yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I think so. I talked about somebody asked me about the Go Labs. I talked about that. Did anybody else have any questions? What's up, Sean? Started watching your stuff this month. Man, salute to you. You're so easy to understand because I'm a noob and electrical dummy. I had some questions for you guys. Somebody asked me about a beginner video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna try and sit down and talk about power station like for beginners. I want to say power station for dummies, but that's a little bit insulting. Um, Cat, I just got that EcoFlow Delta, the one that's 1240 watts. I'm testing it on my refrigerator to see how long it can run it. That should be a good look. It's like for some reason, I don't pay very close attention to the EcoFlows. They even have a mini now that I'm glad it has USB-C now. At some point, I feel like maybe it didn't. I don't know. But I'm glad it does. No, it isn't. What isn't, Sean? What happened to your Kawit's clap meter? Uh, I need to email them because it's getting weird. But my wife says very insulting. That's why I don't want to call it that. Uh, I haven't had to use it. I only get Vinny held your comment for a review, Sean. Power stations for dummies. That's fine. You could show that. Philly folks in the live. Shoot. It maybe you're the person that I know that is in Philly. They've been people from Philly have commented before, like one or two. How close is Philly to New York? Because I know a couple people in New York who may want it. And there's somebody, if they're really vested, Darlene, make sure you comment after the live because people can't reply or interact with live comments. So after the live comment and say, hey, I'm the person who has the Go Labs for anybody who's interested. How much money did Dummy Series make? Yeah, that's a good point. So I want to talk about that for beginners. I do have an upcoming video that I want to record where I talk about my favorite power station features. I think that that's going to be cool and that's going to be fun. Um, yeah, I think the point is, person without a name, is the Dummies books make a lot of money. They're not necessarily, he's not saying they're expensive, but people buy those books because they want to learn. State and a half. What does that mean, Lee? Philly to New York, about 2.5 hours. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I'm gonna make a video about that. Then I don't know. I had some other ideas that I'll figure out. If anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot. The oops has been showing some interesting behavior, so I have to kind of test that a little bit. I have a couple videos I recorded, which I'm probably gonna put up on Instagram. So that's why I'm telling you guys to check me out on Instagram. You don't have to follow; just go there. It's Ask God Solus under the same name. Gary says you're still looking to get the Wi-Fi. No, I am not, and I'm actually not looking to get the AC30 because if the bullback works out, then essentially my Rock Pals can be replaced. My Rock Pals pulls in 80 watts, and I was looking for a cheap alternative to this. So if the bull bat will work out, it'll pull in. What's up, Paycheck? It'll pull in as much as a 100-watt panel will pull. And if I even wanted to put two panels in parallel, I could do that and get about 140, 135, 120, depending on the angle. So that little dip, as weird as it seems, and as off the beaten path, or off brand as it is super capable. It pulls in 160 watts, and you can also add 60 watts of solar to it. So if you really like thugging, you could get 220 watts into that dip. And what I mean by that, so I have this theory that I want to test as well. It has a 5525 port. They say those 55, 21, and 25 ports are rated for 10 amps. So, what's up, Wayne? Gabby, what's happening? I haven't seen your name in a while. I want to be able to try charging power stations from other power stations using the 5521 port to. So, 5521 and 5521 male cable, I have like about 3 of those. And then you can go 5521 to 8mm with a little adapter. So if I could pull like 100 watts through that and then pull 60 watts, yeah, I don't know if it's worth the it's dual charging basically. I don't know if it's worth the time. But if I don't have a power station on solar, then yeah, that is popping. Because if I'm getting enough power into like my EV120 or something like that, I can go 5521 or barrel connector to the power station, and then I could also pull USB-C into. I hope I'm getting something from Chick-fil-A, fam. I mean, I'm just. I hope, right? God's leading lady is the missus, by the way, for somebody who joined later. Um, So I'm looking for ways to be able to dump as much power into my power stations that can float around the house as possible. But like I said earlier, I've reached this kind of synergy at this point where a lot of my power stations, unless I'm not home and not powering anything from them, they don't go full, which is I like being in that place. I hated being in a place where I had to like scramble to use power because I was producing more power than I could use or store. So the EcoFlow River being bumped up to the EcoFlow Max is cool. Shout out to folks who help with that. The EcoFlow Pro would be dope because then I will really have room to pull power into that dip. Speaking of the EcoFlow Pro, let me stop the EcoFlow. Let me stop there for a second. So I have to do some more scientific testing and I have to figure out how I want to go about doing that. But I'm not impressed with the power staying in the device when I'm not using it. It'll be at, I do have the screen set to always on, but that shouldn't run through, what's 20%? 10% of 580 is 58. So that's 100 watts. If you're at 10%, then you're getting what, 50 watts? That screen should not run through 50 watts throughout the night just on the screen being on and the AC is not on. The only thing that's on is a USB component in the screen. So I'm kind of struggling with that. If I'm not being clear, my EcoFlow River Max, when it's at like 14%, 17%, 10% for the night, no more power coming in, nothing plugged into it. When I wake up in the morning, it's dead. And I feel like that shouldn't be. What's up, Mad Hatters? I don't know where I was going before that. How long have I been on here? 40 minutes. That's good. Ruben says, but aren't lithium batteries programmed to decay to avoid explosion? Whoa, where did that come from? Reviews on this and that said I would love to charge all six of my power stations using a 100-watt solar panel or even a two. I guess, yeah, you have like the Go Power Plus and the EcoFlow and stuff like that. You got to look into daisy chaining. That should work. You should do 200 watts, right? That would be ideal. HQST typically has that panel for 170 unless they change prices lately. That would be the way I would go. Thanks, Southern Boy Northern Living, I believe. What's up, Jason? What's happening? At work, glad to catch the live. That's what's up, man. I'm glad you caught it too. That's how my Blue Eddy did. That's why I got rid of it. Your Blue Eddy, which one? The Blue Eddy did you get rid of, Byron? I tried to use the Honda Santa Fe hybrid to cook in the SUV with the solar generator while using a microwave. I found you have to use the battery direct. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, I guess it makes sense. Byron, you still making content on your channel? It seems like you be trying some wild stuff, man. That stuff would be cool to film, but get to the point. Now I be watching stuff now, and I'm just like, oh, get to the point. Get to the point. I was watching a video by this guy about emergency radios because I still don't have a weather radio. Ban everything is part of the reason for that because he basically says everything on Amazon is trash. But like I was telling him, we was talking before, maybe on the live. It's like I'm in the city limits. He's kind of like outside of a city, so he needs very good range and very good like all of that stuff. But within the city, I feel like I should be fine. But he just says they're all garbage. So I've really been trading carefully. They're probably gonna be fine for me, but they just don't meet his standard, which I can understand because a lot of stuff doesn't meet my standard. But I still talk about it because everybody ain't me. From the UK. Nice. My wife gave me $25. Southern Boy gave me 10. Man, I'm balling. You know what I mean? You know. The EcoFlow River has lithium batteries. I thought they decay purposefully. So when you say decay, you mean discharge? They discharge on purpose? Just make sure you use MPPT. I guess Sean is talking about building a system. The EB70, I got you. Okay, Solar Patriot is trash. Hey man, I ain't mad at that since we talking trash. I'm daisy chaining all of mine. It was a hard choice. I wanted to get the 200 max, but I would get the AP 200. What's the AP 200? Oh, okay, you corrected. I guess you mean the AC 200P. Ham radio, Maria. What was I talking about? Discharge. Okay. Yes, discharge on purpose. My bad. I gotcha. Uh, I don't know, man. I feel like nothing else does that. Or is it just too small a notice? I mean, my laptop doesn't discharge on purpose. I think those are lithium ion cells, but a lot of times the ones in these power stations is nickel, whatever, cobalt, NMC. So maybe NMC behaves differently. Am I considering the EV70S? Nope. Thoughts on max lithium batteries? I don't know what that is. Um, the EB70S seems like a scam. It's like they bumped up the inverter to 800 watts. The EB70 typically, I mean, it kind of goes up to 800 watts. After I hit 800 watts, it dies on me. So it just sounds like the EB70. And then they have the surge going higher to 1400. Maybe it goes higher to 1400, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm starting to find, and I'm not being technical because I don't have that expertise, but I'm starting to find that the surge doesn't really do me much good with my devices because they don't seem to surge. They just go up and want to use higher power, and then they seem to come back down. Or maybe they're surging for too long, and the surge can't handle it because it's not, within the millisecond window. I am love says not much light anymore, so much shade from the angle of the sun. Yeah, it gets real. I've had my panels through winter, so I kind of was ready for that. I've talked about that on a couple of lives that we have to get ready for that sun path to change. It gets much lower, but I do okay. I did okay last year, and when I say I did okay, I only had two panels, so I would angle them kind of up towards the sun a little bit because the sun is lower, so you do have to angle your panels more. I didn't bother with them too much, but I have a lot more power stations and power capacity coming in. So we'll see. I'm kind of discovering what it's going to be like as the day goes on and on. That's what I'm doing as well. Reviews. Okay. Review says, I wish I knew more about wiring and cables and fuses to build my own LIFO DIY power station and not spend $600 on more. Any suggestions from anyone would be appreciated. Shoot, just watch Will Prowse, aka Solar Will. So Ban Everything is saying get the Kato Voyager KA500 or the KA500L with lithium ion AT650 battery. It works great and has the entire shortwave band. Now, why do I need the shortwave band? What is that about? Very good reception and tough. Has weather band with alert too. Somebody said something on the weather band video that the weather bands, a lot of the what do they call those things? The poles. They're decommissioning them or taking them down because a lot of people are getting their weather information online. I hope that is not true, but knowing us, it probably is. We love going digital. We love embracing technology at our own peril because this stuff fails enough for us to not be going digital as fast as we are. Um, but they were saying that it may not necessarily be as useful in the future. But hopefully, if you're in metropolitan areas and so on and so forth, those bands are still out there, and you can get important information if stuff gets hairy. Ban Everything, if you could be so kind to do me a favor to put that comment into the comments after the live, I would greatly appreciate it. Sean says, I'm in New Mexico. I get great sun. I believe that. I can't wait till we move, man. I don't want to ever be as close as I am to my neighbors ever again. Um, we are like almost reach out and touch their window. Just not a fan of it. Flash Zone Photo says the Kato is good. I think GMRS will also have a radio band. Yeah, I've seen some walkie talkies have it too. I've been trying to kind of casually look at walkie talkies, and some of them have the weather band, which is cool. Have you found any lights that you would use for power out? I have a ton of flashlights, and I was actually talking about this earlier, Byron. I bought these little. I've been wanting to for a long time buy these little USB lights so I could plug them into my power banks because I have a good 5 or 6 power banks. Then I have all these power stations, and they have lights on them. So, and I'm not. I like that they have lights on them. I love flashlights, but they have them and they'll run forever. 3 watts against a 300 watt-hour battery. Like, wow, I got no complaints. Sean says, "Will confuses the heck out of me. He speaks Greek." um, I meant the Mighty Max. I still don't know what those are. I know Mighty Max makes panels, right? Van Everything has a couple Mighty Max panels that he's quite fond of. Digital keeps people from knowing what's really happening. Ugh, there you go. Jeez. My gosh, that stuff. Shortwave picks up stations from around the world. Okay, thanks, DA. And has a lot of uncensored news and religious programs if you like Radio Church. Interesting. I don't know if I want church from uncensored people. The air is human, right? Um, I mean, on a basic level, I understand electricity well enough to build my own system. I just, one, don't like the mess of the cables that it's going to make. Even neat cables, when I look at somebody who's like really organized and stuff like that, I'm just like, I can't do it. I cannot do it. And I don't necessarily want to make a project out of solar. I like simple solar. I just want this stuff to work. You know what I mean? Just like one device, one solar panel, one device, a couple solar panels. I don't need the MPPT and the parts and all that jazz. Um, I've got 16 Mighty Max 150-watt panels, and I'm very happy with them. Nice, man. Wow. Walmart sells rich solar panels. My luck, right? I didn't know that Walmart sells rich solar panels. You probably have to order them just like anywhere else. But B3 Outdoors always talks about the Blue Eddies being sold through Walmart's website and how that's a good way to go about it, because if you need to return it, you can. You can go into a physical store and return it. All right. Um, did mommy say y'all could come downstairs? Okay, cool. I need y'all to go back upstairs for a few more minutes. I'll let you know when you can come down. Okay? You don't even have clothes on, man. Like, get dressed and then do what daddy told you to do. Thank you. Hello. Go back upstairs with your brothers. Daddy will tell you to come down in a second. I'm almost done. All right. I think I've talked about everything that I needed to talk about. Um, what's up, Broke Farmer? I'm looking forward to doing these videos on these power ceases that I have. I'm also looking forward to my Let's Test series, because I think that that's going to be useful to people, because I know it will be useful to me. Review says, I was at Walmart a month ago out of town and noticed that they have solar panels in stock. So it's interesting. Yeah. Flash photo. Yeah. He loves the camera. I mean, he sees his parents doing it. So he'll probably be into YouTube at some point. Right? Kids on YouTube. We'll see how that goes. Paycheck says, yes, I bought my EV 150 to Walmart for that reason. Yeah. That reason he's talking about is the fact that you could return it to Walmart if you have any issues. Um, I think that's it. I have been thinking about whether or not I want to put the testing in the video, but I think I want to keep it separate. I'll see how it goes, because I want my first impression, kind of the feel of the videos, to be really casual, just to talk about some things that people may not be able to easily glean from reading the Amazon description, like how fast does it charge from solar. Sometimes that stuff is not easily available. They're getting better about it. Like the Bullbat was one of the first devices that was like, hey, this is a 5525 port. I don't even know what the Alcatel port size is, so I can't do much with it. I'm trying to decide, but hopefully they'll email me. The people that overseas, they're off, so I won't be able to hear anything back until like Sunday night, I believe. I might have to get that EB70. Is now $460 on Amazon. And like Wayne said, there's the EB70S. It seems like an EB70 with just a different write up. That's what it looks like to me. It's like they just I don't know. It's weird. All right, folks. Let's call it a summer. Y'all be beautiful. The comments will be around for a little bit. Anybody who has a question, or if I missed something, make sure you comment after the live. If you had anything of note to add, like Darlene, Ban Everything, comment after the live so that people can see your comment, because searching for a comment on a live is impossible. You just have to watch the whole thing. Ban Everything, I'm really interested in you commenting, because I want to go check out that radio for sure. I'll put links to all of the devices and the little knickknacks that I picked up I'll do that in a second. I'll add them to the live unless life interrupts vastly. Yeah, y'all be beautiful. Peace.